All right, good evening and welcome to Porcupine Stand here on YouTube with Silver. Yako Abrankesi aba na Kotoko ntimi ending kunim ewa Abrankesi. Yako aba. A lot of things they see here, so this we are going to focus on the key observations. Nyame adoma ochena, there are certain relevant news and explanations as here the Bremo on this particular platform where we'll talk about Dan Lad, Frederick Sare, a whole lot of things in some way. But can you know, China, Namia Dumane, yeah, sure observation. Kotoko game. Kotoko started with Frederick Sare in goals. Husseini Sahaku as right back. Nicholas Osei Bonsu left back. Yusuf Nuruddin and Abrante Fenn Justice Blayford and 5. Now, when you're Enoch Morrison, Eric Zeze Andrews in Team Menu in the middle three. Front three of Babaya, Steve Mukwala, and Abrantia, your friend, Peter Aminu, Aqua, Wemo, and as the front three for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. In the game bench, Nabinya Moise, Poite, Samuel Asamoah, Michael Che Jamana, Kalu Watara, Bernard Sumoa, Shadrach Ado. These were the players on the bench. Prince Adosa now on also our bench for Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Mohammed Sharif. We more any players are now our bench. Kevin Berry and Kotoko Luzu by 1-0 against Great Olympics. We're going to talk about the 10 key observations here in the game, but not the best of results for Kumasi Asante Kotoko fans. Yensen Semnas. All right, now the first major observation from this particular game have to do with Steve Mukwala not getting the best of days. I think so. And then Obi PMO Ewa Brankese Ebeshe Kumasi Asante Kotoko matcha. My boy against Olympics will admit that Steve Dese Mukwala enya a good game at all. I mean, he started on an excellent note. You have to give him credit for the penalty now. Mukwala ewini, decent work. Taking on the defender. Na defender ni Mukwala na chese hona referee whistle for a penalty. At that moment, you can see the happiness network Asante Kotoko chita for him because most of them feel that okay, this is the starter. Na Kotoko yinyine Kotoko be hit the ground running. Na eventually met me enya a win, and people were also happy for Mukwala because when you look at Mukwala, not just the race for who wins the top scorer in the Ghana Premier League, now he was getting closer, but unfortunately. Mukwala coaching a penalty, I would say, for some time now, this is one of the worst penalty kicks at Memehum. Senka born to Atenemua, I think it would have been awesome, especially say goalkeeper ni move here. But say a striker in the shape of Steve Dese Mukwala, ebe penalty na keeper movie na wafan is form that's it. Ofan so simple na chese. I think it wasn't best on the part of Steve Dese Mukwala. He's been a player what trended this week for positive reasons, but on that moment, or let's say the team down and or let's say on one Kasano hold down, chances of catching up in the Ghana Premier League top scorer or me say apart from that, he was completely out of the game. Ocean of few honor. There was nothing that was working for Mukwala. I mean, his kicks, short and no but poor. How he was trying to link up with other players was not really the best ever. I think everything that he tried doing on the day to help Timwa, your friend Asante Kotoko, was just not working. I mean, you can't really say much about it. Now I say everything was terrible. At the point, Kran who said, Coach, our friend Ogum decided to move Mukwala from the main one time or the Kalu Watara by no shifting Mukwala echo the wings say whether he can supply some decent passes to aid Mukwala to for him to get an assist and I see Bibisa, but all in all, everything was just not working for the Steve Dese Mukwala or her not having power. So yes, compare match of boy against Haas and match of boy now massive difference, and I was a bit sad for Abante friend Steve Dese Mukwala again. The second observation is Enoch Morrison, Eric Zeze all had terrible days on the field. Apart from Mukwala, I think Enoch Morrison and Eric Zeze so any a good game. So I wasn't surprised these two players were substituted by the coach before the game ended. Morrison be free more. Coach he changed, he took out Morrison later, and I was saying he changed. I was saying he Eric Zeze munyina Eddie Frimbena someone Kalu Atara coming on now. So Morrison, I think he had an awesome game against Out to Folk. Yes, his tackles, you are still trying his best. He picked up a yellow card, but most of his passes are Etimibua Emma started the build up for Kotoko was not really going well as much as we all expected. And a game, his passes was not really going on well for Enoch Morrison. His tackles was a bit late kakra, and he wasn't getting his tackles right everything, how he controls the game, how he delivers, he move on to start the build up, all of that, now a slow edema abrantia your friend Enoch Morrison and clearly not the best of games from Enoch Morrison. And moving forward, someone like Eric Zeze also had a slow game. Zeze Utimu say Razak Kasim Zeze Efrimu, not just that, movie honor, Glassen Awakomo, any Ebenezer Sechere. They dominated the midfield, and it was difficult for the Kotoko players to have what we call an awesome game. I mean, you watch the Kotoko midfielders, any choir or my first ball this season. Now, Osha ball no more ball, and then not to say these two players clearly did not show up. I think say not a gamer. Individual players in the Kotoko half, it's me back to the party to deliver results. That will be my second observation. I'll still have to give credit to Justice Blay and Andrew Sintimenu, third observation. In the midst of all these difficulties, these players put up a top performance. Justice Blay and Abrantia friend Andrew Sintimenu. Justice Blay was all over. I mean, his tackles, his energy level, good in the air, fighting for the ball. I mean, 1v1 situation with Albert Amoa. How solid, stubborn Albert Amoa, yeah. He's one player in the second round with me, Abwa Great Olympics, but you have to admit, sir, the Kotoko center backs put up a top performance that they neutralized order, especially Abante and Justice Blay. If I'm doing my ratings from the side of Asante Kotoko, Justice Blay would definitely be in the books as one of the best players for Asante Kotoko this particular afternoon, together with Andrew Sintimen in team free box to box time as Shadrach Adobem Emma move just in front of the defense, and I'll repeat it, he had a good game and he deserves credit for his performance. Fourth observation, the weakness of Asante Kotoko was exposed again. Kotoko biggest weakness this season, how they've been dealing with a boa ya flew to an era deals. Now and a free kick so before you realize that ball and that wasn't the best. A free header, and Kotoko considered another goal again from a set piece. I mean, it's becoming one too many. Kotoko had to folk. Yan said the who's at the enemy in energy. So, Kotoko technical team are fixing that, and one way or the other, this is decent. But after that game, Kotoko boy against House of Folk, we come back and the same problem, I say in the ugly head nibium, and this time it becomes difficult because Yedibiasha Danlad, Yedibiasha Fredekasai, Yedibiasha Moise Poati. So it moves away from the goalkeeper, it becomes a systematic problem, a system issue, a problem with the entire system of Asante Kotoko, not just certain players, because said Danlad Nebia, Untimin Bon Homodin, any bono, your cross now, Untimin Pim Bedelia, Ubeka. So what about Freddy Kasari? So Freddy Kasari, so what about Poati? So all these three goalkeepers have become victim of this particular problem in the Asante Kotoko team, and I think the technical team must find way of getting answers to it, because Ababe one too many. The fifth thing is that Olympics were determined than Asante Kotoko. Maybe the credit man, they say the credit man. Olympics in today's game, they were determined than Asante Kotoko. Kotoko and yes, Omudi Agro. But if you watch the energy level, the how serious Ana Kotoko players here, fighting for the ball, tackles, it was entirely different from today. Maybe I can say chances, but these were not clear-cut chances. Yes, you give credit to Great Olympics goalkeeper for some of his saves, so yeah. But Utimu said, "Born no Olympics, bono." They were more serious. It looks like now it was having make or break for them. I mean, they missed this opportunity and they are almost out of the relegation. Now, Kwakwa say, we have Asante Kotoko. Na Kotoko no relax kakra. I mean, there's still hope for Asante Kotoko, even if they don't win this game against Great Olympics. But for Lydia, na one shot na ejedum intine kwen biaswa. Na so ofa so hye no na obefa so ahye, and one Olympics for no e de be wura game no, and they played well, they deserve to win. Tactically, the organization from defense to midfield, everything was top notch, and clearly, I'll repeat it, this was not the best of side that we witnessed from Asante Kotoko. Well, the other observation is that attendance was not really encouraging. Minyosho said we can say much about Kotoko deciding to move from Babaya Sports Stadium to Adakwajache. The attendance was not one of the best Kotoko matches. Nipa was still, but if you are watching the video, show screen so you will see that Nipa Bebre Amba Stadium Hone, Kotoko Chitafu was stadium no Dawson, VIP Honum, definitely you get the numbers, but apart from that, the other area Nipa Wakakra had to do with Pokupan Tertiary and then Nipa Eba Stadium Hall. Nipa ni Triemo share venue no any senior venue Nusana na Asante Kotoko ewo supporters by in their numbers are one word the other, and keep it me a venue hono I colorful, but we have to state it emphatically that attendance was not the best. Kotoko, after beating out to folk by 2-0 there, you expect that in their other matches, there will be a lot of fans at the stadium, but for what reason whatsoever, it wasn't encouraging, and that is my sixth observation. The seventh key observation is that Coach Ogum's substitution did not work as much as we saw against Atufuk. So, Oshe and game now, Coach Ogum, the Bernard Somwa Bemu, or the Kalu Watara Bemu, or the Shadrach Abdu Bemu, and the fact is, the substitutions and the tactical shift, because from the 75th minute, a back three of Nicolas Osebonsu or the draw left back, and the bar as the left centre back. Anna Omar Yusuf Nuruddin, Ejino Mumfinfin, or shifted Justice Bleba right centre back. Okipu Peter Amino Aka on the wings as a wing back, Bernard Sumwa as a wing back, and then Finfino, Omar Intimenu, that was before so Obeyi Morrison a free. Tamo here exists a free dear. Our the Sumwa by an Omar. Baba I free left to Obeshe Finfin the car, Intimenu home and Anna Morrison Genomachi with Mukwala and Abrantia. The friend Kalu Atara leading the attack later, and Oyi Enoch Morrison the Shadrach Adobai in Tinese in Timenu Kakra, but still in a 3-back system with wing backs of Bernard Sumwa Peter, our middle three of Babaya, Shadrach Ado, and Intimenu, and the front line of Mukwala and Kalu Atara, Bernard Sumwa on the left side. But the fact is, So we share impact Bernard someone be share Kotoko game and boy against Hartlepool, the chances he created, providing an assist to Mukwala. Michael change Jamana stabilizing the middle. Now we share these changes. Now they compare the fact is the impacts from the bench in Ambassa. One Kalu Watara. If there was a game, Anna Kalu ebetimi make a good case for himself. Nanke betimi ne our free bench by, but clearly, Wosha Modemba Kalu Watara put up now. It becomes a bit difficult for you to make a case for Kalu Watara if indeed, in the absence of Mukwala, he is the man to lead. I mean, little impact any move from Kalu, a bit of free bench by, and honestly speaking, Obi Oshe born with TV, so any Obi Oshe born with Fibiano would struggle to get proper defense for Kalu Watara based on a Modemba Kalu Watara putting up and a game. And no pay. Away from that, you look at Bernard Samoa. He started on making some take-ons, but he was struggling with his final delivery. He had a shot on target, forcing goalkeeper Benjamin Asare to make a save, resulting to a corner for Asante Kotoko. But after that, almost shot out to Bernard Boy, to say, and you understand him because young boy Waba, he was eager to make an impact. For his shot, he had one on, but the rest, it was a bit ordinary. And Shadrach had also make some take-ons or Kele Boba could be. The technique behind the ball, now it looks promising, but Olympics defense a blockade ball. So in totality, the coach a lot of changes to get answers to the problem. From a 4-back to a 3-back, because of course 3-back meaning he's throwing more men up front because you have someone, you have Aqua, you have Mukwala and Kalu as front two, Shadrach, Ado and Baba. It means that we're playing anymore in an attempt to get a goal, but I think these substitutions did not work well for Asante Kotoko. That is the 7th observation. The 8th observation is that Kotoko now need to beat Olympics to avoid any last-minute drama. Monsieur Olympics, sorry, Karel, RTU. Kotoko now need to beat RTU to avoid any last-minute drama or calculations. It's a league table now. Heart of Lions about 41 points, 2 points behind Asante Kotoko. Heart to Folk 41 points, 2 points behind Asante Kotoko. Karela 40 points, 3 points behind Asante Kotoko. Dreams FC 41 points, meaning only 2 points behind Asante Kotoko with 4 matches. Kotoko 2 no more 4. Great Olympics 39 points with 3 matches. What it means is that until March day 33, it is possible that Great Olympics beat me share Dreams FC and move about 42 points. Should that happen, there will be 1 point behind Asante Kotoko. Dreams FC will understand the match. They will play, likely might play all 2 before the next game. But now they have 41 points. Meaning Kotoko is still part of the relegation conversation. With 43 points, based on permutations, 46 points you are saving the league. It means that Kotoko need to beat RTU in the last game. Send any form of last-minute drama and calculation Kotoko be in free. So Kotoko Tamale. And Nararengu, that game ending a draw, Kotoko moves to 44 points. What that means is that Karela Esha or Babe close to Kotoko 1 point. The Heart of Lions Esha or no Kotoko be the same point because we'll be all 41 here we the next game about 44 points. So Kotoko ne RTU Bodra or these teams can catch up with Kotoko. If Kotoko don't beat RTU on in our next match away. And it is a Kotoko and share RTU no Bodra. It means the last game no Kotoko will be part of the permutations. Here. Kotoko will be part of the permutations. So to avoid any last-minute drama, Kotoko must beat RTU and move to 46. Then, Unka relegation, come on you. All you need to do is make sure you can get a good result against Bofakata on the last game to calm the fans down. But Kotoko and share RTU. Even if Kotoko should lose to RTU, and Komonebe say I'm Asante Kotoko, ladies and gentlemen, that is the true state. Kotoko now Asante drum back into the relegation conversation. It looked decent for Kotoko because so check teams ni bebrea. Omo that relegation community na Kotoko matches they looks manageable. We are playing against 2 teams that they are already in the relegation zone. But the other form is right as here. And last season, Kotoko signed 2 players from our team. It means that player also relegation when they said, "Ono Kotoko Bono Boni year," or wait to make a case for himself. That is the true state. So the RTU game is not easy, and the Bafakatano game is not easy. So avoiding any last-minute calculation, Kotoko must win that game. The ninth observation is that I was surprised that Olympics able to have this performance and they are in a relegation conversation. They have talent. Meaning almost squad. Emmanuel Entry did not start this game. Entry and started with bench in the bar, just number 10. Michael Osayan started this game. With bench in the bar, just number 9. These are all stubborn players. Christopher Nete, former Asante Kotoko, right back, not bench. And that is Godfrey Siama Olympics, not cutting on. Until you ask yourself the question, then Olympics, what has it? They have talent. Have to full coach Abakar Watara na our stadium. You saw a church or never be brave. A Jumana Soma Watara because Olympics board on boy, they're a decent side and clearly they deserve to beat Asante Kotoko. My last observation is that the fans are not happy. Kotoko Facebook post na say, na ko kind comment. We are on Twitter, na ko kind comment. We are just fa Kotoko groups and WhatsApp groups na here. We are now fa Kotoko fans reaction no here. The resource site players in my team in no amount for it pop. And it's quite sad. This is one of the terrible seasons for Asante Kotoko. And we're all thinking saying Kotoko beats me on a good note. We season, you know, in a way that would be nice. Ediana Luzunra, Mediama Luzu, nations Luzu. So a win for Kotoko, chance of catching up with these teams, no, so, and eventually you even have a chance of making the top 4. But guess what happened? They are saying lose. So now, league title is out of the conversation, and top 4 is looking bleak every game. This is a season I have and that is the conversation. The fans are not happy, and people must start acting. Kotoko RTU, Kotoko Bofo. I'm not sure anybody will entertain even a draw in any of these matches. Bad day for Kotoko. Until we meet again, take good care of yourself. Bye bye.